starting Vmix. So from your desktop, double click on Vmix with your mouse. This will open it up, and then you'll go to the down arrow by open and click CT main service. This will load your presets. Now for this video tutorial, I am using actual JPEGs or pictures, not actual video. So when you load it, you will actually see your 3 cameras. If you don't see your 3 cameras, then close Vmix, make sure your cameras are plugged in or turned on, and then reopen Vmix. So here's your 3 camera views. Then you have a title overlay view, and then you also have other preachers that you can put in there. Scripture, I'm going to take that off. Then you have scripture in there, and you have your logo, which is up here at the top. Alright, so I'm going to go over just a quick overview of how to run this. So when you get ready to stream, all you have to do is just click start or stop streaming. When you do that, it will take a minute or so for it to turn yellow, and then it will turn red. So there's the yellow, and then there's the red, and you're actually streaming right now. So if we were to do that, we would always want to have our live view ready. So this is the preview, and this is the live. Let's go ahead and take this off for now. We've got our logo up here at the top. We could put it down here at the bottom, but then your scripture is not going to show up. So we'll have a discussion about that. So let's say this is your main camera view, which would be from the middle back there, and this is your preview. So this is what is coming up next, or you can do this one next. And when you're ready to fade it or cut, you can just cut and go right to it, or you can do fade, either one. So some people like cut, some people like fade. I think it's just a preference. If you're live streaming to Facebook, probably better to do a cut because of the lower resolution that Facebook streams at. So here's this view. Let's say you want this view next. You just click on that once, get it ready, and then cut. And that's all you do. Just go back and forth like that. Now I will have another video tutorial on how to do your presets with your camera. This is just showing you the different things you can do with Vmix. So let's suppose it's this one here that is next, and we're getting ready to show Pastor Rice has just taken the pulpit, and he's getting ready to give his scripture. So that's this one down here, Pastor John Rice. Now beforehand, you'll want to get this ready. So take your mouse and hover it over the purple part, right click, and title editor. So Pastor John Rice, you probably won't ever change that, but the description text is where you'll put your title of his message. And then once you change that, just click X and it's ready to go. And all you have to do is just click on that and it will pop up. And it's set for 8 seconds. So I'm going to move my mouse away from it. And in 8 seconds, that thing will disappear. There you go. Now you can do this for all kinds of things, like when you're taking up your offering, you can put a deal up there that says, you know, it's offering time, and I'll show you how in another tutorial how to add titles. Here's our scripture. So when you're ready for the scripture, you can put that up there. Now the nice thing about the scripture, and we're going to have another tutorial just for this because you have to open up another program in order to go from verse to verse. But this one will stay up there until you click it again, and then it'll go off. But once you put your scripture up, you'll open up another program and you can go to the next verse, to the next verse, to the next verse. When he's done reading the scripture, then again you can click it off. So that's basically how it works. The CT logo is on all the time. Unless you don't want it on, you can take it off by just clicking on the 4 and it disappears. So that's your general overlay, overview rather, of Vmix. And when you're done streaming, just click on stream and stop streaming, yes. And that's all there is to it. Now, if you want to go to Facebook after you're done streaming and add a title to it, that's where you would do that. Or you can actually configure that you're streaming. If you want to do this beforehand, you can do this here. So you would click on the cogwheel by stream and go to Facebook settings. There we go. Might take a minute. And of course, your account is going to be your account, or whatever account is tied to the church Facebook page. The location, you're going to choose the page that you, which would in your case be Calvary Tabernacle, and this is my test page. And then you're going to come down to title. This is where you put your title and your text. So your title could be Pastor John Rice. Your description could be his sermon title, and then you would click Create Stream. So once you do that, then you're ready to stream. I will have another tutorial on what happens if none of this comes up and you have to log into Facebook. So we'll do a different tutorial on that. Then you'll close this, save and close, and then when you're ready to stream, you'll just click on stream, wait for it to turn yellow, then red, and that's when you know you're live. So that concludes the introduction to Vmix. When you're done Vmix, if you have added anything here that you want to save, you want to come up here to save and click on CT main service and then click save. Now you can have different types of services. Like if you, for instance, have you know, a Christmas service or a special service you want to save, that template, you can actually save it here. So that's where you would do that at. And then when you're done, just come up here and click X. Would you like to close Vmix? Yes, and you are done.